God, we always do that. I love it.
Every time.
What's up, audience?
Hey.
Good freaking morning.
Welcome back.
Let's go.
Oh, I
Do like a little
I like the
stop move.
freestyle.
Little stop move.
I love period.
Oh my God. Lord. We're already in sync. It's going to be a good day.
It's gonna be an episode, folks.
Oh my gosh.
I can't.
Well, hello everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Broke Blonde Diaries. Hello. Oh my gosh, we are here to talk about all the things that we love: art, film, pop culture, travel, so much more.
All
you
the
name
things.
it. All the things.
All the things.
All the things. And too many things.
Too many things we like to overshare, but that's okay.
Oversharing is caring.
Absolutely. Guys, I'm Jess. Hi.
Hi.
If you've never seen my face, this is what it looks like.
Welcome to it. It's a beautiful face.
It's
a gorgeous face.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Guys, I'm Jess. I'm the producer who always loves a filming location, and I love to scout things. I'm like, there, I will use that.
That's the
one
one.
day.
You have
Rolodex
to
of
find
those
the
things.
light.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
hi guys.
Oh my gosh. And I'm Lauren. I'm the art historian who just loves sharing all of the beauty and history that the art world has to offer.
Magnificent. Magnificent.
Oh my
If I do
goodness.
say so, amazing.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
But we're just excited to maybe spark some curiosity and passion into all of you today.
Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing today? My goodness.
Are we winning our Tuesday?
Are we winning our Tuesday? I mean, I feel like I'm winning my Tuesday partially and like partially not.
It's a partial sleigh.
It's a partial slay just because I think there's so many things that is like going on in my brain right now of like, oh no, what's going to happen in the future? But I'm like, you know what? We can only control what we can control.
Amen to that, sister. I'll tell you.
Amen to that. Because I'm just like, okay, positive outlook today.
Yeah.
This is like the new vibe, like the new, kind of intention of going in the day. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm going to make at least 3 people laugh today. And that's my goal,
I love.
is to make 3 people laugh.
That's a
and
good goal.
Once I've accomplished that, I'm like, all right, everything's good. We're
But
going to have a good day.
do you include yourself as one of those 3 people?
Nope.
Why not?
Well, I do make myself laugh a lot, so I guess that counts.
You're funny. That's why.
Oh my God! Stop! I feel like I feel like I make like, I mean, I feel like you do this too, where it's like you make those like internal like little dialogue jokes to yourself and
All
you're
the
like,
time.
Oh my God! If I were to say that out loud.
Oh,
bye.
I know. Bye. But
Bye.
I laugh out loud in my own head all
my
the time. I have a constant running dialogue of like side commentary.
See,
that
I like
nobody wants to hear.
See, because I think I'll laugh out loud, and then you're like, "What was that?" And I was like,
See, as long
"Girl."
as you don't say what out loud,
exactly.
then you're not crazy.
Yeah, but then I also look crazy because I'm laughing to myself. I'm
I
like,
do that too.
okay, that's a little bit much, but
You're like, well, it was funny though.
it was funnier in my head, and I can't say the thing that I want to say out loud.
No, you never can you?
No.
I can never say half of the things that go through my head, maybe more than half out loud.
You're like, that's in a pro, but
Yeah.
we're gonna keep it to
It's
ourselves.
all innuendos,
yes,
dirty
oh
jokes.
My God, yes.
It's the running
Dark
commentary.
humor.
Dark humor.
Guys, if you don't understand dark humor, I'm so sorry.
It's
How
so-
sad for you.
It's so awful, but it's hilarious.
so awful, but it's so good, and that's why I
good.
love like little like side comments here and there, like people, and I'm just like, I get it,
yeah.
like that's funny.
Some
But
of
other
it comes
people-
out
Yeah,
for
so-
us
Oh yeah,
when we're hanging out.
and then we're like, oh my God,
Ooh.
we can't say that.
That can't go on camera.
That can't go on camera. No, we're gonna cut that.
No.
But yeah,
But it's
gonna be
funny. But I want to know, does everybody else, do you guys have a running commentary in your head? And for me, it comes out the most when I'm having like a hard day.
Oh my gosh. I think that's when it like the inspiration just sparks right away.
Yeah.
And you're like, how much worse can my day get?
How much worse? And then I say that, and then my brain's like, oh, watch.
Yeah.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. Hold my beer. I'm going to give you my earrings.
Yeah.
Just like-
Let me take those from you.
Oh my gosh.
Buckle up, buttercup.
No, seriously. Because
Yeah.
I think there's like so many times where I'm like, It's this whole like self-sabotaging thing.
Oh, completely.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I really hate myself right now.
Yeah.
But I also have figured this out too. I think, I mean, this is not for everybody, but I think especially like women who have like ADD, the self-loathing
Ooh.
is on a whole other level.
She's real.
But I think it's because of like, oh, I don't know what's going on and I don't know how to fix it. Why am I feeling this way? And I'm frustrated that I'm feeling this way.
Completely.
I'm not frustrated at other people. I'm frustrated
No.
at myself of how I'm like handling this situation. Because I don't know how to like get out of like the funk that I'm in or like whatever that might be.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so real.
I go back through things and I'm like, oh, damn it. I should have done that differently. I should have said something different. Or do you do this where I will go back into my own head and I will finish that fight the way I wish I would have? And
Yes.
I'm like, oh, why did I not say that?
Or have that like good comeback. I'm so bad at comebacks, guys.
Oh my God.
Like it literally.
I'm great at them after the fact.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mom is so good at comebacks and she's like, oh, it just gets better with age.
So is mine.
And I'm like, I cannot I don't have the wit of like, oh, like that's the response that I need to do right now.
Yeah.
Of like, if someone says something and I'm like, ooh, I
Listen.
oughta.
Ooh,
I'm like,
ooh.
But I don't have like the, like the, what is it? Like the silver tongue or like, what's that saying? That it's like,
I don't know.
If you're like so quick with a response, like no one can touch you. It's like a very specific saying.
I have one of those people in my life. What's up, Candace? How you doing, baby? You know what's happening. Candace is my friend of almost 18 years.
Oh.
One of the closest people in my life. I'm obsessed. Love. Every time we're out, every time we're doing something, someone says something, Candace, immediate response. And it's cool as a cucumber.
God, I love it.
It's like no ripples in the water.
It's
and I'm
all about the
literally
delivery too.
What?
The delivery.
Every time.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, that's just not fair. We can't hang out anymore because it's not fair. Because
like I have nothing to say back.
I have nothing to say. No, literally, we'll be doing something like we'll be at an amusement park or we'll be out or we're getting dinner and someone will say something stupid or something irritating will happen. And the response from Candace is perfect. And I'm in my own head and I'm like, damn, why didn't I think of that? Yeah. And then you're like, how did she do that? Yeah. Magic. Magic. Supreme confidence. Her aura like just gained like 1,000 points from just that comment alone. You're like, everyone is eviscerated in the vicinity and you're like, okay, well, wow. Those people are God's favorites. Oh, man. They are God's favorites. Because seriously, because it's so hard. I feel like it's so hard to like, if someone, I don't know, I've started to know this, started to notice this like as I've gotten older is like, my mom's always said this, like I'm so defensive or like I will like get so mad for other people who are getting like mistreated poorly, but not myself. It's the justice thing. What is that, bro? It's an air sign thing. Oh. Astrology. Well, it makes sense. Because I have it too. That is so wild. It's the sense of injustice. When other people are having tough times that they don't deserve and things are happening to them. I'm going to that person. The rage. Oh, the rage is real. It's so quick and so fast. But if someone's being a certain way towards me and I'm just like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, what are you gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'll make a weird joke about it in therapy later. Yeah, exactly. And then just move on from the situation. But if it's someone else, like getting hurt or mistreated, bye. Like, it's I will bite that. I literally have to hold my tongue. I'm like, sure. If she says that one more time, it's gonna be great. You know what I mean? I was noticing that though. I was like, man. But why don't we do that when it's ourselves? That I think that's the thing that I'm trying to figure out is like, why am I get mad for myself? I never get mad for. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm just very like, it is what it is. Like, I can't change that person's mind. But if it's someone else, it's like no, I have to fix it. I do think I know that about myself is like I'm very black and white about that is like if you're like mistreating someone, like who raised you? Completely. Like What would your mother say?
Little, like, where, like, what, like, we all poop the same.
Literally. No, we've talked about this. This is gross, but we've talked about it. Yeah.
Literally, though. I don't understand that.
That's not going to make sense to anybody
guys,
watching.
It's an inside joke. Don't worry about it. But you all understand what the hell I'm talking about. Is we all poop the same. So what gives like your poop isn't special? Like unless you like poop weirdly. I don't know what's wrong with you. But like God. It's just that like the attitude of like treating
that was a weird sound.
You're like,
that's my tooth. I'm so sorry.
You're like,
I can't do that. I can't.
I've tried it. Do you know how I learned it? It was through Alyssa Edwards.
Period.
Where she's like, Mama.
All of my friends, fans, family, and folks at home.
God, I love her so much.
The interview with Bianca Del Rio. She's like, I was touched by an angel. And Bianca's like, oh, you were touched by an angel? I was touched by a priest. That's so messed up. And Bianca, or Alyssa Edwards is just like,
she was like,
oh my God. How dare you do this?
How dare you do this to all my friends, family, folks? Oh God. Oh, so good. Dude. But yes. But I just don't understand.
We are all the same.
Like what?
No one is more.
I almost
finish a sentence.
Okay, because I was thinking, because this is my like, okay, don't immediately, like, I do judge immediately, but then I'm also like, okay, like maybe that person's having a really bad day.
Yeah.
But I also know this about myself. I'm like, well, I would never do that. So it doesn't make sense to me, like, why other people, I've always had that, like why, like, treat people the way you want to be treated, like, like, if someone was mean to me, I was like, well, I don't understand why they're like being like this to me. Like I would never do that to them.
You know what I love to ask is the people who have bullied me in life that now have children. I'm like, what if what you did to me happens to your child? How are you going to handle that situation?
That part.
Good luck.
That part right there.
You think that was fun? Ooh, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, and
I'm like,
that's what's so funny is like,
karma.
Okay, yes. And that is karma on like the realest level ever, because until like that, like really, and sometimes that never gets solved. And like,
you'll never see most of it.
Continue the cycle of whatever trauma that is. But they know.
They know.
I think it's just like, it's just so messed up, because I think there's so many times where, like, for example, because I'm a tall girl. I'm a tall girly.
Tall girly.
Most of the time when people, because I moved so much, like I would always be the new girl. But it was so funny because like as I got older, people would tell me like, oh, like when I first like they hadn't even like met me, but like when I first saw you, I automatically thought like you were the bullier. Just because of like
really
how like you looked and like walking in, like I'm the biggest person in the room. So they would just assume.
But you don't have RBF.
No.
And I are actually like, so smiling.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I was like, I'm like a little sunshine baby.
You are. You really are.
But people would tell me that.
Maybe because it is just because you're tall.
I truly think that's what it is. And I think that was what was so funny, because I was like, everyone assumed I was the bullier, but they never, ever would think that I was the one always getting bullied.
Right.
And it was just one of those things. I was a very sensitive kid. So like, that's also part of it. Like I took things so like to heart.
Yes.
So personal.
Every comment.
Oh my gosh. And I'm like, why do they hate me? Like, like I used to do it with like, literally like interactions with like teachers, coaches, friends, like family members, like everything in between. And also too, like, it was just one of those things I just didn't, I couldn't read people. Yeah. Or like I couldn't, I just didn't really know if they liked me or not. So I was like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm like, am I saying the right things? Like, I don't know if this person likes me.
Yeah.
Or like not like love or anything like that, but just like, am I like making sense? Like, do I sound stupid? I don't know. Like,
yes,
it's like the emotional like regulations were like,
especially in high school.
oh,
That's
God.
when it hit me.
Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm like,
like, oh, people are like,
people
not nice.
suck. I hate this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got a little bit of that in middle school first,
Yeah.
and then going into high school. I actually had a pretty decent high school experience, which I
love that.
I'm very grateful of that. I would
Yeah.
say like so I went to Valley Christian High School. Love that place. I think it's definitely not perfect by any means, but I had a really great group of like core friends. My class, 2015, love you all. Oh my gosh. Like I feel like that class is like my second family.
Yeah.
But I did have to move the last 6 weeks of my
right.
junior
You
year.
told me. Yeah.
Girl.
Trauma.
Girl. Because, okay, so I had to move. It was the last 6 weeks of my junior year. And it was honestly because like my grandparents at the time, like were getting older, and, you know, we just didn't know if they would even be able to see me play and like have that interaction. Cause like the minute I go off to college, it's like, well, when are we going to have that family time? When are they going to see me play? And not even just play, but just being closer to family as much as we possibly could. But my gosh, I grew up in Fresno for the first 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
So I went to elementary school in Fresno, and like the whole nine, I had a group of friends. So going back from elementary school to high school.
You're a new person.
Oh, girl, I could write a movie about that. Like, that was the craziest.
Why not? I think you should.
I think I totally
honestly
should. It was just such a trip to see someone that you knew from like elementary school straight to high school. And I'm like, and these people had no idea. They're
like, wow, you grew up weird.
No, like
that happened.
Like, cool, because I'd be like, oh yeah, like hi, you know, so and so, and they're like,
do I know you?
Yeah, like, do I know you? And I'm like, we went to Riverview Elementary School. They're like, wait, but you're new. And I was like, yeah,
but
I went to school. I was like, I went to elementary school here.
Yeah.
And I was like, and now it's weird because like now I'm in high school with all of you guys. And obviously, like elementary school to high school, I'm much taller. I mean, I was pretty tall in elementary school, but now like to go from that to high school,
you're tall.
Oh my gosh. So that like high school experience.
Were you as tall as you are now?
Yeah. Why am I doing that?
Snaps.
I was like, period. Yeah.
Period.
I was the same height. So it was just jarring to like have that group of core friends in high school to now going to a completely new school. Like guys straight out of like I don't even know, like a teen drama movie. Like seriously, I mean, the stuff I don't even want to talk about.
The movie is writing itself, Jazz. That's 100%. What's happening.
Yeah, you'll just see the movie one day. But my God, like, is the high school experience and like just trying to like find yourself and like your group or like. But here's the thing, I was interested in so many different things, so I didn't really belong to a group. I automatically got labeled as a jock because I played volleyball. Yeah. But little did a lot of people know I was also interested in science. I would like stay after like my classes just to like do experiments for fun. Like, what is wrong with me?
No, and, like, hello. I would have done the same thing.
And doing choir and like musical theater.
And
like
theater.
I took musical theater because I couldn't actually be in the productions because of volleyball. They're like, it's an either or.
Yeah.
But I still took I repeated some of the classes because I just wanted to be like
theater and choir saved my life.
Seriously.
Like quite literally.
Seriously.
If it weren't for theater, choir, and the 2 AP art history classes that I took, I do not think I would have made it through high school. Legitimately, I don't think I would have finished.
And I think because you're like so in the thick of it all.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is it. I can't escape. This is awful. Like, it's not going to get better.
Well, when you're an overweight, depressed nerd with asthma who like cannot figure it out, the social anxiety hit me so hard in high school because my body grew different and I like couldn't. I couldn't grapple how rapidly everything was changing.
Yeah.
Boys, no.
Oh,
no, I'm sorry.
Girl, boys,
no.
That's what was so funny. I think I was such a late bloomer. Like,
oh my God.
I was just like, no. Like, I had like crushes here and there, but like not like anything. No. Like it would be like for a day or two. Then I was like, oh, I got other stuff I gotta work.
Yeah. No, like, I got bullied for having crushes in middle school. So I didn't play with that game in high school. I was like, no.
And I wouldn't even stay long enough to like develop any crushes.
Yeah, you're like, okay, bye. I'll see you in 10 years.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had friends stop being friends with me because I wasn't dating boys. I wasn't going to parties. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't doing the cool high school thing.
Oh, I didn't do like parties in high school.
And I'm not trying
I think it was like the senior year, like where everyone's like, okay, this is like our last night. And I was like,
I'm going to bed. It's 9 o'clock. Bye. Like it's dark outside.
Like the whole like how like teenagers now like they're like, oh yeah, all these like high school parties. I'm like, parties? How?
Excuse? My sister did that, but I never did.
Oh, I struggled to like just like finish my homework.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh girl.
Tears at the kitchen table. Listen.
That's like an album.
That's the name of my album.
At the kitchen table.
Tears at the kitchen table. I'm not trying to play the she's not like other girls card.
No.
But legitimately,
yeah.
It was, oh my God, I'm the only person on the planet who's not going to that party.
Yeah, like I'm not cool. Like
I'm not cool.
I suck. Why am I so weird?
No, literally. I'm like, oh my God. I wanted the ground to swallow me whole. And then add on top of that, because I did choir, musical theater. I was in the art history club. I did journalism.
Period.
Loved.
Oh my God.
But then I oddly did cheerleading.
That's what I was like going to say, which I love that for you.
Do you though? Thank you. But I don't.
Well, I think it's just like something that like again, like it's like a specific thing that kind of like pushes you out of your comfort zone a little bit that like you wouldn't necessarily like choose for yourself.
Oh, heck no.
You know what I mean?
Oh, heck no.
Oh, heck no.
Oh, heck no, baby. I would never choose that again for myself or any potential, maybe not even if I ever have children. Oh, no.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Play all of the full contact sports you want to play. You will never do cheerleading. Never.
No.
Listen, cheering on the track covered in glitter under the bright lights when it's, you know, it's the fourth down type of energy is so fun.
Yeah.
It's amazing, but at the same time, it's also the worst.
Yeah, because I think I was also thinking this too. I did like cheerleading like in elementary school.
Oh yeah, like the junior. Yeah. Same.
So not like real cheerleading. Like
no, totally weird.
It was
thigh stands are real stunts. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
It's
I was
cheerleading.
what was it? What's it called? A back spot?
Yeah, like, me too. Yeah.
It's like
yes.
I honestly, the only reason I know this is so like very materialistic. The only reason why I wanted to be a cheerleader is to wear the outfit.
To wear the outfit and the glitter.
And the bow.
The glitter, the uniform, the pom-pom, the Letterman jacket that I got because of it.
Oh, you got a Letterman jacket?
Yeah, I did. I lettered.
I didn't stick in it for that long. So I was like,
no, the stuff is so cute.
Yeah.
The rhinestones.
Oh my gosh.
Girl.
That's what I mean. Like that was my reason.
Yeah.
So
I also stuck with it because my senior year worked out to be my sister's freshman year. So we got to cheer together.
Okay. That's nice.
And that was really special because we had these. Okay, hold on.
Eye roll.
It's the inner, you know how we talked about earlier, the inner monologue.
Yes.
We had an interesting thing where we had.
What do you mean like a thing?
We had families on cheer.
Where like
each senior was like
sorority?
like a mom, kind of.
Oh my. Oh.
It's holocaust.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So each senior got split up.
That does happen with women's sports though. Isn't that so funny?
So you're the mom, and
like
then the team gets split between JV and freshmen and the rest of the like varsity girls who aren't seniors.
Yeah.
And you have like families, and so each girl picks like her favorites, but I got all the good ones.
That is
on my
so
family because I was the only like
nice
relatable senior.
nice person on the squad. Yeah.
I was the senior that all of the freshmen hung out at my house because they were all friends with my sister.
Yeah.
So I knew all of the JV girls. I knew all of the freshman girls.
Yeah, it was kind of the same way too.
So it was like,
I think it's just like, I can just say from like my perspective of you just have such an inviting, welcoming energy. What are you laughing at?
because there are people in my life who would say that is not true.
Oh my God. Well, that's false, whoever said that. And I'm going to come for you.
That's hilarious.
No, but it's true. Like, I think you just have such a warm, bright energy. So it's just
thank
easy
you.
to like, it's just easy.
Well, I just loved those girls. Obviously I love my sister.
I love to support people.
Yes. And being a freshman,
My favorite thing ever.
in a new school on a new team with a coach who doesn't use common sense is difficult to navigate.
Yes. Coaches with common sense.
Was that too rough?
Where?
That might have been rough.
No, it's so true though.
Yeah.
And I think too, I mean, obviously like with coaches, there's a bunch of other things that are going on behind closed doors.
For sure.
But at the same time, it's
For
like,
sure.
like, come on. Like you've been in there, like you've been in that person's shoes before. You know how scary it is. You know, like,
Yeah.
if you're liked or if you're the favorite or like whatever that might be.
Yeah.
It's like so stupid.
Yeah. But it never made sense because I did theater and choir. And so I was on like.
You're a multi-talented person.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
No, seriously.
But for me, it felt like I was acting and playing dress up and cheer, and then being the real person in choir and theater with those people.
Literally to a T.
Because those people were the best.
Absolutely, because
those are the best people on campus.
Whatever, like I could be my weird self.
Yes, say the weird thing, but if it was a person, but in the best way possible.
Well, I think that's what was so like interesting.
And band.
Yes, like anything that was like honestly, because again, I do have to say it just happens with sports, unfortunately, especially with female sports. But it's like you kind of have to put on like a persona.
Yeah.
At least this is what I had to do to like.
No, you do.
Survive.
You definitely do.
Is like you have to like kind of put on a persona, and like the minute I would start acting like weird or like do my voices or like my musical theater
they
side,
don't look at that in a good
they're
way.
like, huh?
Yeah.
Who is this person?
I know.
And sometimes that wouldn't be received well.
Yeah.
So they're like,
sorry,
okay, what? That was weird. And I'm like, oh God. Yeah. But I think that was so funny is like in high school, like people just assumed I was a jock.
Yeah.
And like little did they know, like my musical theater people, like I would go to them and they'd be like, Jess is like, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Because we would do like improv stuff. We would like do musical theater stuff.
Yes.
And then I think they would sometimes forget that I did sports.
Mm-hmm.
So then they would have to like, because like my sports friend are like, oh, how do you know these people? I'm like, I do musical theater too. No,
yeah,
you do musical theater?
Yes.
You did choir?
What's with the
you know science?
Yes.
I think it's just like in high school, like it's just like, oh, that person is that.
And then you're the only one standing there singing the national anthem with your choir in your uniform. And it's so awkward. Because it's so
and
uncomfortable.
Everyone's so gagged.
And
they're
you
like,
stick out and they're like, what are you doing there? And you're like, honestly, I don't know, sis.
Yeah.
Someone tell me.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what it is. Is like there's so many different things. Is like you get labeled whatever like you're known for.
Okay, listen. One of the best cheerleaders I've ever met in my life. What's up, Emma? How you doing?
What's that?
She was amazing. One of the best tumblers I've ever met.
Oh,
I mean, absolutely could out tumble competition cheer. Oh my God. I could out tumble the best of them. But she and I were the biggest nerds on the team. But like, oh wow. We were the girls that were up in the middle of the night to finish reading the brand new book Throne of Glass that had just been dropped.
Oh my gosh.
By Sarah J. Maas. And then talked about it running the mile instead of running the mile. Because we had to run the mile every week.
God, I hated the mile.
Oh my God. So she and I were like the nerds on the team.
See,
and
I
we were the
love that.
weirdos who were talking about all the fantasy books and Percy Jackson and Harry
Percy
Potter.
Jackson.
And we were, doing all of that instead of focusing on the bows and the boys. Like, we're not doing that. So then we got the weirdo labels, and we were like in the back of all the practice.
And you guys were like with your book, you're like,
yeah, no, literally, she and I were like, okay, did you finish that chapter? No, I totally finished that
and
chapter.
You guys were like,
we were like, yeah. No, literally though. And then it got weird. Not for us, but because the other people were like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think it's just this weird notion of like, you have to be cool, or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just so weird to me. Like, I never really understood it, but I also knew like I had to act a certain way around specific groups in order to like survive. But I think that's the thing is like, if you're involved with like different friend groups, right? Like, I feel like I'm not just like speaking out into the ether.
When your team are not your friends.
Yeah. That's really hard too. And it's also like, gosh darn it. Like, I just want to like.
I just want to like have a good night.
I just want to have a good time.
I'm only here to have fun. I'm only here.
I'm not trying to comfort you.
Yeah, no.
That's like really not what it is.
I don't need to be your friend, but
yeah, let's
just be nice.
Like, let's like get along.
Yeah.
And let's like chill out. But yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Worked it out in therapy. It's great.
And here we are.
Talking about it 10 years later.
10 years later.
10 years later for me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, how many years ago is that for me?
9.
9? Yeah, 9 years.
2015.
Yeah. Guys, math is hard.
Math is hard.
Math is hard.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously, no ill will, whatever. Hold on. I'm trying to not. I think.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
What?
No, I think I legitimately hope the people that were assholes in high school are better now. And I hope you're
Hopefully
having a
became
good time.
a decent person.
I hope
time.
you became a decent. If you have children, I really hope you became a decent person.
Yeah,
but
that part.
I also know that. You do the best you can in high school. It's not fun for anybody.
Honestly, it's a survival game.
It's a survival of the fittest, and some survive and some they don't. Yeah. And, that sucks for everyone.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're just trying to get through high school the best you can. Yeah. And you're just trying to get onto the other side, even though that's not any easier, despite what all your teachers tell you.
Yeah, no. It's still there.
It's still spooky out in these streets, okay?
Absolutely. Well, that was the thing is like in high school, my biggest stressor was academics.
Yeah.
Hands down. Because I knew that was like, that was my weakest thing.
Yeah.
It's like, even though I would try so hard, like if it was like 2 hours for a normal person with homework and everything like that, it would be, times that, if not triple that.
Yeah.
By like, however many hours it took me to like do my homework plus athletics plus all this other stuff. And it's like, I was like, oh my gosh, like I hate school. I don't want to be here. I love like obviously the camaraderie and like friendships and stuff like that that you have. But like athletics was kind of like my escapism. Like, musical theater was my escapism. That's why I took those classes, even though I already passed those classes. I took them again. I was like, please. My sanity is like on its like last sledge.
It's a thread.
Yeah.
Not to be a bummer or like have this episode be like a downer.
Are we winning our Tuesday?
Are we winning our Tuesday? My Tuesday from 10 years ago, I did not win. I did not win that Tuesday.
I second that.
High school, as just in like a brief summary, was not easy for me. High school was... if I'm being completely honest, because that's what we're doing here, right? Yeah. We're trying to be honest with ourselves.
We're trying to be real.
We're trying to be real. Let's keep it real. And I know that there are people that can relate, hopefully, to me. High school was miserable. High school was the worst every single day. There was never a good day at high school. Even in musical theater, even in choir, no matter how much I loved it, I was incapable of loving it because the depression from being bullied was so real. I couldn't get through a day.
That makes me so sad.
It's okay.
Because you were like such an amazing human being, and the fact that anyone was bullying you, I want to beat them up.
It's okay. You know what?
This is what I mean.
This is what happened.
It's like if it happened to me, I'm like.
But also, if it hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't be who I am right now. I wouldn't have the knowledge and experience and poise and patience that I have now.
And also, like the sensitivity
is the empathy.
It's the empathy. It's the empathy and the sensitivity to people who go through hard times.
Yeah.
And like no one can love like you.
You know who
I
mean? Legitimately feel sorry for are the girls who bullied me.
Absolutely.
Legitimately.
Absolutely. I'm like, man, they must have been like really
so miserable.
So miserable, really going through it. Even though I have no idea like what they were going through.
I have no idea what they were going through. And I have no idea why I was you
the center of
were the targets when okay, sure. I might have been annoying. Everyone's annoying in high school. There is no one not annoying in high school.
Get over it.
But that doesn't warrant
quite
a bit of the things that I'm sure we both experienced.
Well, and also too, I mean, if you think about it, that was like social media at the time.
That was the beginning of social media.
The literal
beginning
of social media.
Yeah.
Which was so intense.
Yeah.
And so insane.
Awful.
And I think this is a good segue to get into pop culture showdown. Because okay, guys, so we're gonna talk about the pop culture showdown. Here's what we are going to debate. We have big topics, everyone, that we like to talk about, but there's a twist. We have to argue a side even if we don't totally agree on it.
Yes.
So I really like this idea.
I really like this.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so today we're going all in on social media, like Jess said. And the question is it sparking new ideas or is it holding back creativity?
Which is really interesting. And I'm going to be throwing some shade on it. And Lauren's going to be taking the pro side.
Which is an interesting twist.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this.
Okay.
So let's see who can win you over. And people, like, drop a comment below whose side you're taking. I'm excited to talk about this. But I want you. I feel like you should start it.
Okay.
I feel like you should start it. So, like, what's, like, is it sparking new ideas or is it holding back creativity?
Well... Listen, hold on. Let me gather the evidence.
Because you're taking the pro side.
I'm taking the pro. Yeah.
I feel like yours is easier.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I feel like creativity can be sparked through social media when you're on the right side of it.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yes.
If you're on the right side.
The right side of social media. I think finding
and the algorithm
yeah the algorithm I think oh my God. Okay, so I think when you find the fandom or community or similar thinking group of individuals on social media, like if you're, let's just say, because I just watched Agatha, you're on the Marvel forums, right?
Yeah.
And you're following all of that and you're seeing all of the outpouring of comments and ideas, and that can really spark something. You know, seeing the costumes can really ignite some creativity for you. Or as a book talk girly, I know that I have a 2 billion page long book ideas notes tab on my phone because I'm like, oh my God, that's such a good idea.
You're like, write it down, write that down.
Even though I'm never going to write the book, I still have the notes for it. And I also have a never ending list of books to read because I feel so much creativity flowing and I see so much there. So I think social media can be great for that. And I think it can really kind of ignite you. Plus, there are creators on there that are finding the book talk community to create movies. There are whole production companies now.
Yeah.
Because of the book talk community, because of the Wattpad and AO3 girlies. Like,
that's Wattpad girlies unite.
Unite. Like, you are literally changing the economy. Like,
God.
You're changing the landscape of the movie industry. And I think that can be fascinating. And I think that can spark creativity for sure.
But I think here's the other side.
Here's the other side. I hear what you're saying.
Here's the other side of the coin. I think that there's parts where I agree, like that it does spark creativity. It's, if anything, it's kind of like bolstered. Okay, like this could be a TV series. This could be a movie.
Yes.
But I also think social media is damaging the creativity aspect of it for a couple of different reasons. Okay. And again, these are just my opinions, and like you could take it or leave it. That's also fine. We can agree to disagree.
Of course.
But I think I don't know, because again, when we were kind of growing up with social media, like the social media content that was coming out in the beginning is not what the content is like now.
No.
Like not even close.
No.
Like
not even
obviously technology evolves. I say it evolves every 5 years. Like in my brain, it evolves every 5 years. Like we get a whole new like restructure of what social media is and how it's helping or hurting or anything else. But I think at the same time, I feel like we're so attached to our phones and so attached to computers and technology. Look, like I'm in tech. Like I completely understand.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like it kind of makes me sad when I think about it, because it's like the artists and the poets and
they can't live in a world without it.
That can't flourish under social media lens at all. I think there's parts where it can live, but for the majority of it, I mean, like for example, I hate to go back to Greek mythology.
Why? I love it.
So true. Like,
hey, I have like a bunch of art historical examples in my head, so you're good.
Honestly, period. But like it's the whole like sharing stories, like through campfires or just like out and like where they used
the forums.
Yeah, like the forums, like that was a huge part of connecting people and stories and ideas and sparking creativity. I think with social media and technology in general, sometimes that could be almost too, I don't want to say damaging, but I feel like there's certain moments where I'm like, that might be like too, I'm trying really hard.
You're doing a great job. So hard.
I feel like it's almost too much like overload of information.
Yeah.
Like, because there's so many different things out in the world, like it's almost like an overload of like, well, what are your thoughts? You're like, well, I also have to take into consideration of like 10 different other things on the list. It's like, no, like what is your original opinion? Like not just like recycling through the same thing over and over again, because sometimes like I get like it sparks creativity back and forth between like, oh, here's the idea of a movie or like a story, and it like here's the adaptation from it. But when you have too many people in on the story, you're not gonna get, like, it's like too many cooks in the kitchen, you're not gonna get the same recipe, like truly. And I think I think you're right. One of like the hardest parts about looking at social media and like looking at like the new creativity that comes from that. Yeah. There is parts that come from that, and it's like so beautiful and so like, wow, like look at what we can do now, especially with the AI thing. Like, yes, it's just never ending creativity. But at the same time, it's like, where's the, like, it's also like, where's the originality? Because I feel like it's kind of like, for example, kind of like, I'm going to mess up the name. He's like an anime artist. Miyazaki? Maybe Miyazaki.
Yeah, Miyazaki.
Miyazaki.
Is that what
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Miyazaki. So when he's like, I think there was like an old clip that I saw that where he's like showing, like, I think there was like other people that were like coming to him and being like, look at the stuff that we can do with animation and with like early. And he was like, because again, he's like a hand drawer. Like he would, like, that takes craft, creativity. But like when technology and like social media and all this other stuff kind of like combined all at once, he's like, that there's no life, there's no soul to it.
Yeah.
So that yes, that's computer generated, and sure, it looks cool, but there's no real fear behind it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like from someone's mind, and it feels personal, and it feels like I can feel the emotion through this specific character or story or whatever that may be.
Right.
So that's kind of my take on it. And
no, honestly,
in a way, it's so hard to like do this side because I feel like there's so many.
Jess, I think you won. I mean,
put it in the comments. Who won?
Put it in the comments.
I see both sides to it though. You know what I mean?
I can see the positive sides of social media, the connectivity with other people, so you can see things and
like internationally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane.
It's insane, and it's instantaneous.
Yeah.
But I see the positive sides, and I really do think that there can be good coming out of it.
Yeah.
That you can reach a wider audience with your design or your art or your book or your movie or whatever it is. You can get it out there in people's faces, and you can say, hey, look at my product. Look at what I did. Come, follow me and hear the rest of the story and see more things from me. So I think there's that. But I think, what you said is true. There is a hindrance to it. Like you can't flourish under a microscope,
God, that is so true. And it's like deadlines and timelines, like whatever that may be. I feel like sometimes
there's also a social media facade.
Exactly. That is 100% true. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes it also kind of like begs to differ. I don't know why I always go back to art with this thing where it's like, because I don't know a ton about art, where it's like, okay, if I was a painter. You'll
never hear me complaining.
I know, I love. But that's why I love you so much. But this is what I mean is like, if I was an artist in the sense of like I was like painting or drawing.
Yeah.
If I'm, quote, making something for somebody, if I'm like inspired by them, I totally get that. But if I'm creating it to get fame or to get money, I feel like no one's going to, I feel like everyone will see that in my work.
Why do you think NFTs didn't work?
No, literally that. Like, I think that's why it's like so interesting, because it's like, well, like, let's take social media out of it. Like, this is something you created because of like your pain or your happiness or like your tragedy or like whatever that might be. Is like, would you make this for yourself?
Right.
Because you have to make it.
Because it's the expression of the human experience.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm saying is like, I think there's so many amazing things about social media, like getting your artwork out there and like, look, people got bills to pay. Like, I completely understand that.
Yes.
But I'm just taking it in a dystopian sense of like, let's say social media was like completely in everyone's business, and
well, it already is though.
It really is. But that's what I mean is like taking it that step further. Let's say we're taking all of it out. Like, would you like put this out? Or I don't even know if you would even put it out. Like, would you keep this for yourself?
Oh yeah, like what you're creating, question. Would you keep it?
Yeah. Like, does it have to like be shared? That's not even a fucking word.
We love.
Be shared with the world. Is this something that, let's say if you were the last person on earth, would you still create it?
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's like, you have to get it out because it's like, it's in you. Like, you just have to like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
like,
also, what would I do with the last 2 hours of my day without my scrolling time?
Yeah. That's also
it's terrible, but it's true.
It's that, and it's the, I think because our brains are just so attuned.
They're hardwired
to like,
now.
Just
I mean, what
noise.
What would you do without social media?
That's actually a really good question, because I feel like, I mean, I'm just even thinking about to like my childhood, like childhood,
yes.
bro. Oh,
yeah.
Late 90s, early 2000s. Like, let me hear it. But I mean,
Limited
I used to
too.
like entertain myself. This is so like this is like so like in depth if like you know me like when I was like super young.
Yeah.
But I was very fortunate to have a trampoline in my backyard at the time in Fresno, and I'm not kidding. I would hear like the morning doves
Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah.
And I slowly, because I don't know why I did this. I think it was just like, I love to like mimic things or like mimic animals or like whatever specific noises. But I would like practice like mimicking morning doves in the morning. And it was just like the peaceful, calm, like people, if you grew up in the early 2000s, please comment below. Like those morning doves in the morning that were just like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my gosh. Like that just like takes me back. But that was my entertainment. Or like trying to like whistle through like a blade of grass.
Never did that.
Shut up.
Never
Oh my God.
did that.
Like I would just like find random things to like entertain. But I was very easily entertained by like the smallest thing ever. So like that was just my brain. I was just
love
like
that.
I was like, okay, what can I do now?
I'm
gonna look at that. I don't know what it is. I think it was just like because we didn't. I think
we didn't have anything.
I think that's what was what's weird with like our generation was we knew what it was like before social media was a thing, and then we were in the peak of it, like in high school. Like this is like the whole beginning start of social media, and also we got to see the damaging side of it so like,
rapidly,
and so like we weren't far away from it. Like it was happening to other students our age. It was like very real.
Oh yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like
Lifetime movies got put on the map because of what happened with social media.
Seriously.
Yes.
But that's what I mean is like there's just so many different like roller coaster of like timelines of like we got to experience what it wasn't like, what it was like with no social media, with social media in high school, which is like such a vulnerable time for anybody. Ooh. And then obviously like where we are now as like adults and like seeing other kids, and we're like, I'm not, at least for me, I'm like, I'm not gonna allow my like kids to be on social media until they're at least 16.
No.
At least for me, because I'm like, I just know how addicting it is, and also B, how damaging and like
one bad comment.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
I mean, like bullying on like a in-person level is different than bullying online.
Online bullying
is crazy. That stuff will get out of control like so quickly. So that's why I'm like,
yeah. No, I think social media definitely takes away a little piece of you.
Yeah.
I think there are benefits. There are great benefits to social media.
It's not even a real world. Like it's
not even
real.
But that's what takes away, because it's not the real people. It's not the real moment. It's not the real look or the vibe. It's altered. It's through a filter, through a lens, through a moment in time that somebody else captured that you're seeing secondhand, almost third hand, you know?
No,
like you're
literally.
not even so I think there's that, and I think there is I think it definitely takes away from kind of what we had as children. There's not a freedom to things anymore. Like you can't just go out and have the best time. And I've started making myself do this. In the past 2 years, I've really tried to limit my social media posting and time so that I can go out and enjoy. Like I went on a trip in December, and I just took pictures for me.
Yes.
I didn't take pictures for social media. That was
like me during COVID.
Yes.
I was like, I mean, that was the hard part though. I think that was the ultimate test, was like, because there was so much going on in the world and also not going on in the world. Yeah. That like the only thing that was like keeping me from like not driving myself insane was through social media. But at the same time, I was like, oh my God, I've been on social media for 8 hours.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like that moment of realization I think I had during COVID, I was like,
oh
my gosh, we got to put a timer on. Like, Alexa, set a timer for an hour. Like, like for real.
That's where I've been. And I've been really trying to be like, okay, you're going to go to this thing and you're not going to post about it. Yeah. You're going to put your phone in your bag and enjoy the night.
That's really good.
That's why I'm so bad. If we've gone out a couple times, and I'm so bad about getting my phone out, and I'm like, did you take any pictures?
No, that's what's so hard. I used to be that way, and now I'm like, okay, well, obviously, because we're doing this, which is like so funny, because it's also, but it is also one of those things where it's like, okay, like, I'm actually like, I'm having fun doing this. I'm not like stressing, like,
we're not.
Oh my God,
this.
like
this isn't a stress.
This video is imperfect, or like this, picture. And I'm like, we don't put any filters on. It's like that's what we look like that day.
It is what it is. Yeah,
it is what it is. I got a big fat pimple on my chin, or like whatever. Like,
you don't have any pimples,
but you know what I mean. Like,
you look amazing.
You're so sweet. But you know what I mean. Like, if there's anything that like we put out, we're just like, we're not gonna like alter our bodies and like you know, do the whole like okay, well, like let's go on to remember Facetune.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was guilty of Facetune.
I think I tried it once, and I was so bad at like trying to like perfect it. I didn't get into it.
I was guilty of it in like 2016, 2017. That was when it got height really bad.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
I was like, oh, I don't even look like the same person.
I don't look like that.
I like fully don't look like who is that person?
Yeah. And now I'm like, okay. I had someone when I was at FitUm, I had someone look at me and be like, why are you afraid to show what you look like? And I was like,
you're like, well, shit. Sorry.
I was like,
well, shit. My therapy session is at 2 p.m. today.
Call me out.
Right now.
I wasn't ready. I was like, well, no, I'm not. And she was like, well, yeah, you are. Because you're editing yourself. Like, why are you afraid to look like what you look like?
Because you're gorgeous.
Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. I mean, but at the time I was like really struggling with my physical identity and what I looked like and how I felt in my own body and the experience I was having on my side of life, right? Because I can only experience it through my eyes.
Absolutely.
And I couldn't see myself through other people's eyes except for the things that had been told to me. Yeah. And as, you know, for I'm sure multiple people out there, you don't retain the good stuff. You keep the bad stuff.
No, like good stuff. Bye.
Like oh, thank you.
Immediately remember all the bad stuff.
Yes,
because that like sticks with you.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, so why am I posting for the people who have already told me that they don't like what I look like?
That's crazy.
Why am I living this part of my life for that?
It's so It's like I don't even know if it's like. I don't even know if the word is validation or anything like that.
It's total validation.
Right?
It's like, external validation to the extreme.
Which is so...
And then it's internalized validation because you're like, look how many likes I got in this amount of time. And I have this many followers. And like the amount of immediate serotonin is... It's unparalleled.
You're like, okay, I've been seen.
It's like addicting as a drug. Yeah, I've been seen.
Yeah.
I've been validated. The way I look has been validated. So then I am worthy. Yeah. I am enough. I'm valid for X amount of time as this like booster.
God, that is
gives
so
me.
wild.
This is a heavy episode.
This is a heavy episode. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Like, are you winning your Wednesday? Tuesday?
Wednesday is
Guys,
Tuesday.
Oh my God. Kill me.
No.
What's happening? Sorry. I don't know what that little spastic situation was happening.
Hey, it's ADHD. ADHD.
But I think it is
I get it.
I think it's so funny though, because I too went through like the editing, like heavily like filters and all this stuff like that.
Well, you see the Kardashians doing it.
Yes. Ew. But then at the same time, I think I didn't even have the transition period of like going from like editing to no editing. I just didn't even post.
Yeah. I don't know what that was.
No, it's such a visceral reaction.
No,
because I was like, no one needs to see this.
You erase your own existence online. Yeah. And then it's like self-erasure. And you're like, oh.
Yo.
Because you're like, oh, well, I'm not worthy of anyone's attention.
That was me.
Blank slate.
Was me in college, bro. Yes. In college? Oh, girl.
That was me right after college.
Oh, my gosh. That's like, yeah. That's wow.
You don't post at all. You just go completely dark.
Oh, yeah. I I think I remember like there was like a period in time, like I think it was like Halloween or something like that, and I was like in a Harley Quinn costume, and I was like, I look so good. But like, I really did. I love that costume. It was so good. I embodied that character. It was so much fun. But I remember like I had looked, I think I was like recently looking through that. That's why this is so interesting. I hadn't posted, like when I posted that time, it was like October, like 2017 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the next time I posted was when I was graduating.
Period.
And I was like, that was my sophomore year.
Oh.
And now I'm graduating. Like
okay.
What? And I think it was just like I was going through, I mean, not to like get personal, but I was going through a lot of stuff during that time.
Yeah, I get it.
And a lot of like my identity and like, who am I? What does my future hold? Like a lot of self-loathing. But yeah, I was like the whole erasure of it all. That's so crazy. But yeah, it totally was.
I
was like
did the same thing.
Yeah, like I didn't want to like that was the whole like at least for me, like my eating disorder, like I was just like hide like like eat, like I no, like don't look at me.
Yeah.
And it's so God.
It's painful.
It's so painful because I was like, oh my God, I just wish like, because I hate to say this, only you can get yourself out of that. Because the amount of look, I understand like there's so much. I had a ton of support being like, hey, like everything's gonna be okay, like we're here for you.
Yeah.
But you yourself have to get out of that situation, because I think there's so much like talk that you do to yourself that is so damaging. It's like,
and social media doesn't help.
And in social media it doesn't help either. It makes it way worse.
But if not posting helps you, then don't post. I didn't post for 2 years.
Yeah, that was me in college.
Yeah,
I was like
you.
Oh
like,
my God.
Okay.
Whoa. Yeah.
But these recent posts are the first that I've posted.
Oh my God.
In a minute.
That is so wild.
In like years.
Which is like, so I think there's good and bad to it, right? Like this is kind of the whole conversation of this thing. Is like there's good points to it and there's bad points to it.
Right.
It's just how you use it and like what your intentions of using it.
Right.
Because I think that there's, you know, in a weird way, it's like self gratification of like, oh my gosh, I look so good. Like, let me put this out for the world to see. And sometimes like some things can be like for yourself and like be sacred in a way.
Not everything has to go online.
Not everything has to go online.
I mean, we've lived a lot of life. I know I certainly have the past few years that is not online. That is just for me. No one will know about.
100%. And I feel the same way. And I think there's just certain things that like, whether it's in my life or I've experienced stuff, I'm like, I don't want to put that out there.
Yeah, I don't want to put. I'm with my friends. I'm with my family.
Yeah,
I don't want to put that
present.
online.
I'm in the moment.
Yeah.
I don't want to like. I feel like again, I'm saying sometimes because it just depends on the situation, but sometimes it can kind of like make the thing that you're experiencing less genuine.
Yeah.
But it just depends, right? Like it just depends on a lot of different things. But yeah, it's true.
I don't know. Social media, it's a tricky subject, and it means something different to everyone.
Absolutely.
Because everyone gets something different out of it. Everyone is looking at something different on it.
Yep. Or it can have like a different perspective of like, oh, this person's having the best life ever and they're doing this and they're, you know, doing great. Little do you know.
Well, you have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
You thought, oh girl.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's our little episode of, well, not episode. Hold on, let me try that again. So that's our little segment thoughts of that. Which was very deep.
This is a heavy Tuesday, y'all.
It is a heavy Tuesday. I'm so sorry.
So sorry. I mean, but I genuinely hope and believe that you guys listening aren't tuning out because it's boring, but you're tuning in because you're identifying with what we're saying.
All right, you guys. I think that's a wrap for today's episode.
That is a wrap.
Sorry, it was so heavy.
Sorry, it was so heavy.
I think there's just a lot that was on our minds, and I think that's just been, again, circling through social media. So it's just a lot to think about. But we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have been so amazing and so supportive, and we just love you guys so much.
We do. We love you. If you've made it this far, comment down below. Comment down below the thing you miss the most from your childhood.
Yes.
I really want to know, before there was social media, or even if you grew up with social media, comment something from your childhood. I really want to know, be it on YouTube at the Broke Blonde Diaries, if you're looking at our faces, or if it's on, podcast, Spotify or Apple. Leave a review and let us know. Rate us and leave a comment.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn post notifications on if you guys want to see our beautiful faces.
We're everywhere at the Broke Blonde Diaries. And we'd really love to connect with you. Hopefully you got something out of this episode. Maybe had a little bit of a cry. It's cathartic, so you can let it go.
It is cathartic. And it's also, I think it's just fun to like kind of take different perspectives of a topic or a situation, even though it's like you don't necessarily agree with it. It's good. I think it's good to like share different ideas and different perspectives.
Civil discourse.
I love it so much. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Bye.